Good morning. Guess what time it is? I'm here at Riverside Market in good old Montrose. I'm gonna go orange sticker shopping for Nicholas. My nails. Alright. So, I got a pork shoulder. Look at that price. $2.94 for almost a whole pound. And then I got some, oh, this is sausage. 2 things of sausage. And I am now in the dairy. We're gonna go back to meat in a little bit and see what they got going on. They're still cooking inside. So let's see what kind of rolls. Look at this. We're at my husband's favorite spot, the cheese. Don't see any stickers over here this morning. There's some white. But it's organic. Not that we really care, but it'd be cheaper if it wasn't. We're only going to get one of them. Sometimes they put butter out here. It's good. And there's always some yogurts. I like those most of the time. So I was just in the refrigerated cold where they keep our biscuits. So I got some 4 things of biscuits, and I got some English muffins. Now, if he doesn't use these for dinner, my kids will eat those. Cookies. We have made it to the produce section. Let's see what we can get for produce today. These are not orange stickered, but they're marked down. Same thing. So this is the bread aisle. They don't normally have orange stickers over here. They put it on that one bread rack that I already looked at. I'm going to go to this dessert area here. See if there's any other goodies. I'm gonna get a donut for being here. If I have to be here, I get a donut. That's the rules. This is another one of my husband's favorite areas. More cheese. I don't see any red stickers over here this morning. They're orange stickers, whatever color stickers they are. Right, so we are gonna go back to the meat and see if we can find any other good deals. So I grabbed pork roast. They didn't have very much more meat out right now. Kind of glancing in the frozen section. They don't normally have a lot of frozen section stuff marked down. Hardly ever. Once in a while. But I'm headed to the cashier, so this is what my cart looks like. Now, there are 2 things in this cart that are not orange stickered, and I will pay for those separately. That is my donut for being the shopper today, and a Squishmallow, because it's a cow, and my daughter's obsessed with cows. So that happened. Alright, I am back in the car, out of that cold wind. Welcome to Michigan. So, we got the receipt. I bought... sorry. Where does it say my total number of items? How come this one doesn't tell me? Rude, I gotta count things myself? The audacity. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 items. And it was $42.12. Mondays are generally the best days to come sticker shopping or meat and stuff. So we will see. They just opened it about a half hour or so ago. So we will see what they got going on. So, see. That is what we spent. Everything was under $5. Even all the meat was under $5.
My gosh, look at all of these bags. Hey everybody, it's me, Nick. We're back again. My wife did it. She went shopping, got that red sticker sale. She went clearance shopping, and she brought me stuff so I can make a meal. Now, she didn't tell me what she got, but there's a lot more than last time. Last time, it was just a couple items, and I really struggled to put something together. This time, I think I'm going to have the opposite problem, so I'm going to get the bags unwrapped and see what we have. She did tell me they only spent like $45, and there's 19 items. So we'll see. Well, I was unpacking everything, and there was already a casualty. I picked a bag up not knowing there was a hole, and apparently we got biscuits because it hit the ground, and that biscuit, well, she popped, and she went all over the place, shot off like a can of beans, just cacao. So, whoops. Y'all, you're gonna have to see this. For $19, she hit the jackpot. This is amazing. All right, we have 2 different containers of greens, baby carrots. We have mild white cheddar, sliced cheese. That was $2. That's awesome. We have chicken legs and a lot of pork. So I was looking at the pork, and there's kind of a couple of, not issues, but things that need to be addressed. Right here, this is a slab of pork butt or pork shoulder. This is the same exact cut, just sliced differently, sliced thinner. And this one right here, this is pork loin. It says sirloin and cut pork roast. Those are 2 different things. This is a pork butt. That's all this is. This is a pork butt bone in that we're just going to freeze because I make pulled pork out of it later. But there's so much here. I'm definitely doing more than one meal. And then it's just the meat. We have biscuits, as you already know. I did have a casualty. 4 cans of biscuits. They were $1.10 each. I have a loaf of bread, sesame seed. That was $1.96. It's a huge loaf. 2 packs of resealable cinnamon raisin English muffins. And then we have some freeze-dried spring onions. I've never seen those before, but I'm sure I'll do something with them. But all this for $19. Yeah. So here's the thing. That's a lot. I'm going to start putting stuff together, getting ideas going, so we're going to see exactly what we can do with that. Honestly, this is probably going to take 2, maybe 3 meals. This is not going to be a 1 meal thing. These are my weapons of choice today. I get to make a meal with these, though I don't really know what it's going to be. Here's the difficult part. I got to make a meal with all the stuff, which I can do. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I mean, worst case scenario, we could just season and roast the legs off and just boil the carrots, and you just make like carrots and chicken. I mean, that's edible. We could do it. I would like to do something a little different. I don't know what yet. So we're going to figure this out. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get a stock going. So I'm going to throw some of the chicken legs in a pot with some seasoning spices, some of the carrots, and start boiling it to try to get some flavor extracted out of the bones, because I don't have any chicken base in what she bought. So I got to try to find a way to do it. The easy part comes after that. I'm going to take the biscuits, I'm going to chop them up and throw them in my KitchenAid. And then I'm going to chop up the white cheddar cheese right here and these spring onions. I'm going to throw all that in the KitchenAid. I'm going to throw some garlic in there and some pepper. I'm going to blend that, and then I'm going to make like some garlic pull-aparts. That's going to be a breeze. There are a lot of chicken legs here, and I'm not sure if I should use all of them because I do feel like it's going to kind of be a waste. Now, I am going to be adding some cheese to help this out along the way. And by cheese, I meant salt. You know, I'm a little nervous for whatever reason, so you're getting the unedited version, the pure rough cut Nicholas. That's my salt, not cheese, salt. Here is my pepper, El Papel, my absolute favorite thing in the world. And then, because I can't live without it, garlic. Now, I decided that instead of doing all the legs for the stock, I was going to save 6, and I'm going to marinate and just bake them, just roast them off, because I don't think everyone's going to like the other thing I'm attempting to do, so we're going to give some options. Now, I also decided that I am going to boil the rest of the carrots too. So I put half the carrots in the pot with the chicken for the stock, and the other half I'm just going to boil off. That way, if what I'm attempting to do doesn't work, everyone can at least have some baked chicken and some pull-aparts and some carrots. So we will eat a meal. Not sure if it's going to be a good one, but we're going to have something. Now, for the chicken that's just going to be baked, I got it in the bowl. I'm going to throw in some of my house-made seasoning blend. Roasted garlic, roasted onion, and lots of herbs. I use this stuff a lot. It's one of my favorite things to put on chicken. I'm going to give a generous portion of black pepper. And a little bit of oil. Now I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to start work on the pull-aparts. You know, the easy stuff. All right, so here comes the easy part, but I want to pause. Check this out. Look at this apron. Like, you almost can't see my left handles out the side. Like, I'm making some progress. Anyways, we're going to open the cheese, like so. This is a white cheese. Right now I'm just checking to make sure there isn't any paper between the layers, because that really sucks. I'm just going to do a rough chop on the cheese. Nothing fancy. I'm not even using proper form. I'm just going to cut it up, the smaller, more manageable pieces, so when I put it in the mixer, it breaks apart and mixes with the dough and the onions the way I need it to. This is 6 ounces of sliced white cheddar cheese. It's what was on sale, clearly, as per the rules of the game. So we're just going to see how it turns out and hope it turns out good. This is going to go right into my KitchenAid bowl. And you see the stove in the back. I've got my pots going, and I also have the oven preheated, so when it's time to go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the spring onions now, or scallions. Now we'll open our biscuits. Bonsai! That didn't work. I thought it'd be funny, but it made a liar out of me. There it goes. You jump? I did. Those spring onions get quite the aroma. That's a good thing. Now we'll try our second can. Bonsai! Yes! Victory is mine. We're doing 2 cans. 1, because that's what she bought. And 2, because, well, you can see me. I'm not exactly lacking in a love for carbs. And the same thing with the cheese. It's all going in a mixture anyway, so I'm just kind of doing a rough chop on it. You know, these things are already canned with their own layers, so it doesn't really make a difference. But I really want to try to increase the chance of it mixing up decently as much as I can. 1, because I only have 1 pack of cheese, and I'm using a lot of biscuits. And then 2, because if it's all bunched in one spot, the flavor's not going to be spread out. And you're going to have some that are delicious and some that are terrible. Or some that are completely inedible because it's all onion and cheese and no bread. And who wants no bread? Not this guy. It's actually kind of cool to cut the layers like this. You can see how many of them there are. It's nice. Okay, so now, like I said, we're going to add our garlic. A little bit of that pep. A little more pep. And just a touch of salt. Alright, we're going to turn around and see how she goes. I'm using the dough hook to start with. Sounds like she's struggling. She's working hard, but she's doing it. Now, I only mix this for literally a minute on medium and then a minute on high. And it's pretty beat up but mixed together. So I'm going to start spraying my pan down so it doesn't stick and getting them put in there. Fun fact, Joann Fabrics is going out of business. So all their baking stuff is like 15 to 30% off. These pans are going for $6. No, I wasn't sure how this was going to work, so I just made 2 balls. I got a little bit left, but figured 2 balls in each one. I'll let them sit out for a minute to warm up, and then I'm going to put them in the oven and see what happens. This could be really great, or this could be an over-rising disaster. For the leftover stuff, putting it right here. We're going to bake this, make one big biscuit. I'm going to crumble it and turn it into a stuffing. So I'm now moving my chicken to my baking dish. Remember, I did 6 of them, so we're probably going to put something in here with this. So I think I figured it out. This is what I'm going to do. This might be great. It might be a disaster. So you know the stock pot. I am going to take that chicken, once it's done cooking, debone it. And I'm going to keep the carrots and all the seasonings and everything and cook that broth down as much as I possibly can. I'm going to shred the chicken, put it back in there. I'm going to add the biscuit extra that I was making a stuffing with to it and blend it all together to make almost like a patty. Think of it as a chicken pot pie stuffing. Like, it's going to be different. Then I'm going to make balls. I'm going to wrap them in the sausage, season them, and fry them until the sausage is done cooking. Now, with that being said, that might not be very good. We're obviously going to have the pull aparts. But I'm going to take the chicken back here, that's, bone in, 6 of them, put the extra carrots in there, toss it in those seasonings. I'm going to roast those in the oven. So we're going to have dinner one way or the other. All right, so this is going in the oven now. So it'll take almost an hour to cook, 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour total. And then we'll start working on the interesting stuff. Now the chicken from the carrots has been pulled, and it's cooling before I shred it. The carrots are very tender, very soft, and I'm reducing down. I'm going to save the liquid because I think I'm going to poach the stuffed pork in this broth. Here is the excess biscuit that I had thrown in there. Didn't stick too bad, so that gives me hope for the rest of it. Chicken has been deboned, excess biscuits have been crumbled, and the carrots are in there, so now we're going to blend it and see what happens. Back to the KitchenAid. It's ugly and it's orange, but it might actually work. So here we have, I took our stuffing that I made with the carrots, chicken, and excess biscuits and stuffed it inside the ground pork. This is either going to be dynamo or it's going to be garbage. All right, we're going to try to get them to sear without bursting open. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And there is 4. We'll let them go on one side for a few minutes and flip them over and then steam them done. So this whole stuffed pork ball thing, I hate the way it smells. I think the pork was actually going bad. I mean, it's on clearance, so I wouldn't be surprised, but like certain bites are a little more off. Or it might just be the carrots are too sweet. But I'm not gonna eat anything else. Yeah, not a fan. I ended up not liking it. A little funk taste. I'm pretty sure it's just the carrots and how sweet it is, but it's just more than I can handle. So I gave some to my wife just out of that because I made 4 of those balls like the size of softballs. I don't think she's going to like it either. That's kind of the fun of this. It's not, I'm not just making things I know are going to work and that are easy otherwise. I mean, I did do the chicken with the carrots, the herbs, just so someone had something comfortable. My family has food they can eat that they're not going to hate. I'm okay not liking this. It doesn't hurt me to miss a meal, but also I want to get outside of my comfort zone and just try things I've never done before. Combinations, just to see different flavor combinations that I don't actually know how are going to turn out, because generally speaking, if I've had it before, it's like imprinted in my brain. I look at food as edible Legos, so this is just a combination I won't do again.
All right, it is dinner time. So he made some sort of biscuit. This is a ground pork ball thing, carrots, and roasted chicken. And yes, I'm eating in my bed because I'm a grown adult. That's what I get to do. So we're trying the carrots first. I love carrots. They're my favorite. They're not as done as I would like, and I would like a lot more butter on mine because I'm fat. This sausage, it's not sausage. That's what he told me. He told me I was wrong and that it is just ground pork. I don't know how to read. So that's what we're trying next. It looks like it has some sort of cheese or something in it. I don't know. I don't know what's in it, but had carrot in it. So my piece is cold, which is fine. I just got home from work. But I don't like the carrot in it. But other than that, it's pretty good. It doesn't suck. I just don't like the carrot. Carrots don't taste very done. So, oh. If there weren't any carrots in it, it would have been delicious. Let's try the chicken. So it's really good. I don't really care for the herbs on it, but that's a me thing, not a... You did a great job. Tastes so good. I was a little raw, but good. Could use more butter, but that I didn't put enough on there. Like I said, I like a lot of butter. Alright, so whatever he called tonight's dinner, it was really good. I would give it a an 8 out of 10. I'll go get seconds when I'm done. Come back for more.
It was later saved the night. He made me a root beer and vanilla milkshake, and this is so much better than a float.
I got you, bro.
Oh yeah.